All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy No Big Deal, and this is Creative Control, the podcast where we dive into music, God, and the intersection of faith and creativity. Today, we can waste no time because we have a very special guest, rapper, friend, mentor, label owner, entrepreneur, amazing person, Derek Minor. Welcome to the show.
My G, what's good?
What's good, bro? This is gonna be a good one, bro.
Yeah,
this one's gonna be a good one. So a lot has been said about how we met. A lot of people know the story, but there's also a lot of new people who don't know how we met. So from your recollection, how did we meet?
We was at MTSU, and to be honest, I don't even know who asked me to come speak or why they asked me to come speak. But
it was the Christian Music Society.
Okay,
is what it was called at the time.
That's what it's called. Okay, bet. So I went and spoke, and then you, Rylan, and Saran, bum rushed me on the way to my 2006 Buick Rainier.
Rainier,
yeah, and was like, I don't remember. I just was like, hey, I like these little. What can I say that?
You good. You good. We'll just bleep it out.
Yeah. So I was like,
for
yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I was like, yo, I like these dudes. So we linked up, and then to me, the rest is history.
Yeah.
It
was, from my perspective, it was like, at the time I was trying to manage Rylan, the homie Rylan. Shout out Rylan, man.
Is that what you was doing?
Yeah. You didn't even know. I was trying to be his artist manager at the time. I wasn't doing music.
Bro, I had no clue what was happening. I just know it was three dudes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro.
Yeah. So, right, because, we had, that was our first like little stint into the business. So it was
nice.
Like, all right, we all make music, but it was just like, when you're in that state, it's like, okay, this is your role. This is your role. This is your role. We're just trying stuff out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'll be your manager. And his artist, you probably don't even remember, but his artist name at the time was Joshua Sirius.
Yes, sir. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
Joshua Sirius. Because he was on, Jesus's real name. You know what I mean? He was, but he said it a little weird.
Rylan always been a little different.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But
hey, so I was managing him, and we heard you speak, and so then it was like, all right, this is our chance. Like, he's done speaking, people going up to talk to him, gotta go up and try to make something shake.
Yeah.
Like, Rylan had 2 songs.
Yeah.
Gotta get him to listen to him. So we came up to you. I thought I had made it clear and like introduced it well, but apparently not.
No, you did not. It was no. I just remember like, why are they rushing me?
Yeah. So I was trying to be like, bro, really big fan. Could you listen to my artist's music? And I know that it wasn't that clear because you didn't really like respond to that part of it. You were just like, yo, what's up, y'all? Like, and I was like, did he hear me say that I wanted to listen to the music or whatever? And so you were really nice to us. Like, you talked to us for a little bit. I was like, I guess he doesn't want to listen to the music or whatever. This is what I'm thinking in my head.
For real?
Yeah. Cause I guess you didn't hear me or whatever
at all.
But you were just there were other people around you too. It was like, you know what I'm saying? So
I thought y'all was like a collective, like a group or something. You know what I mean? Like I was like, they artists or something, you know what I mean? But I was like, all right.
We were nervous, bro. That's the moral of the story is we were nervous. And so, but then, you were out there.
Yeah.
In the Rainier, and we were like, man, it was like, we're just thinking like, man, Big Sean got signed off of running up to Kanye and freestyling. Like, this is our chance, bro. We gotta get to him. And so, we came up and we're like, hey, we actually have it right here. Like, would you be willing to listen to it? And you were like, yeah. And you put it on, and that was like a huge moment for us.
That's crazy.
Like, that was crazy. And then, man, you were like, bro, you were so like welcoming to us. Like, it probably was a small thing to you, but to us, it was like, bro, we can do this, because then you invited us to like hang at the studio,
for sure,
hang around, like talk about faith, talk about music. You just allowed us to be around, bro, and it was like, that was a huge moment for us.
Those are fond memories for me. Like right now, there's like overwhelming joy in my heart because I remember that. Like, you know, like for me, it's always been like I felt like I didn't get a lot of chances, and like I remember being in front of artists that I respected, and they just wouldn't even give me an ear. Yep. And it's like I never want to be the guy. Now, obviously, I can't listen to everybody's stuff all the time, but like it's just sometimes it's just like, nah. At minimum, I'm gonna let you know that I respect you as a human being. And I feel like sometimes artists, we be so busy, we forget that it's like this might be in their mind. This is the only time they're gonna talk to you. Yeah. Like so, you gotta have like treat people like humans, bro. Like, relax. You just rap. You just a poet. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. Like so, yeah.
And it's bigger than whether like, okay, will this actually become something, or will this person become an artist when you like you say you're treating them like a human? It's just like if nothing would have came of that would have still been a huge moment to us because we felt validated by somebody who in our eyes had made it. Yeah. So even if we never talked again, even if I didn't intern, whatever, like we just went our separate ways after that, that still would have been a meaningful part of all of our development, just to know somebody said, yeah, I'll take the time to listen to this. And like, and also like, I think what y'all got going on is dope. You know? Yeah. And a lot of that gets lost in like ego, busyness.
Yeah. We forget what it's like on the other side. Yeah. We forget, like we get so disconnected because, you know, like you said, entrepreneur, artist, husband, dad, like, it's like, I don't have time for that. It's like, nah. You do have time for it. Because remember how you was, you just wanted a shot. You just want to be heard. I feel like that's most people just want to know like that you at least acknowledge their existence. Right. But everybody got time to acknowledge somebody's existence, bro. Yeah. Like I really feel bad. Like I see, like even when you see homeless people on the side of the street and they be waving and people just kind of turn away from them because they don't want to acknowledge them because they don't have money. Yeah. Like I wave. Right. I smile. Yeah. That's the minimum we could do as human beings. Yeah. To each other. It doesn't matter, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Dog, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, but that what you just said about the homeless people is like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't have to be transactional. I think we're always thinking about, okay, what is the outcome of this? Right. And it's like, it's not necessarily about the outcome. It's just about that moment that you're present in. Like, are you acknowledging this person as a human? Are you validating this person? You know, like you said, you may not have any money to give to a homeless person, but for that to cause you to not look their way or act like they don't exist,
bruh, that's crazy.
Like
bruh.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's
like
crazy.
You feel some type of negative emotion, you feel some type of shame because you can't give them money, and so then, without thinking about it, you devalue them as an actual human.
Right. Exactly.
And it's like, man, give them the value, whether you have the money or not. Don't think about the outcome. Just think about the person like in front of you. And that, bro, I like, and I'm not, that's not gas, but like that is what you afforded to us. And I'm telling you, that was like for all of us. Like, and I know this because I've talked to them about it too. Like that was a big like battery in our back. Like we were talking before the cameras were going, but you were like, you never thought like when in that moment when you saw us at MTSU that like all this would be happening like with my career. And I said, well, I didn't either. And like that, I don't know if it would have happened without not just that moment, but that moment. And then that, you know, you inviting us to come around and interning with RMG and you taking me on my first tour and all of that stuff. Like these are all stepping stones that came from that moment of humanity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like it was like at the analog a couple weeks ago, like just watching you in your element and command the stage and watching people appreciate the light and the talent that's in you. Now imagine if, you know, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine if we don't see, like we don't invest in one another. And then all those people that were blessed that night, they don't get to, or they get a wounded version. You know what I'm saying?
Jaded.
Like a jaded, wounded version. Like we have to protect people's light, their confidence, and things of that nature. Like I think that's really important because it's people that are dependent on the moves that we make right now in the future. They're dependent on that.
Wow.
They're dependent on how we treat people now. We're preparing for the future. So, you know, yeah, that's dope. It's crazy.
That is fire. Yeah. Yeah. So I did go on to intern at RMG through that like relationship. And that was kind of my first, my first contact with going on tour and spending time in the studio and all of that stuff. And then I became your road manager, specifically. And then you fired me.
For sure.
And
absolutely.
There's been articles about this. There's been all this. There's been all of this stuff. But Creative Control wants to know, why did you fire me, from your own words?
You know,
the straight truth too. Don't make it prettier. Just whatever it was.
All right. So here's the thing. Watching someone wrestle with their purpose in front of you is crazy. Because the thing is, I'd be lying if I was like, you were a great road manager.
Right.
You weren't very good. Like, but the thing is,
checks out.
It wasn't. But the thing is, though, you have potential to be a great road manager.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you run your whole business now.
Yeah.
So the parts were there, like in the sense of like, man, I could ride this out with this dude for the next 3 years, and he'd probably be a crazy manager. But you know what it was? I think you had played, was it indie for me?
Yeah, it was indie.
That was in the studio. Chels was there. Rylan was there. Y'all shot the video, and I looked at it. I was like, dang, bro go crazy. Like he got bars. Like there's something here. So then now I'm like, do I be selfish and keep trying to develop this dude as my role manager, or do I really like let this guy, like I see him, like he needs someone to push him.
Yeah.
He needs someone to say, like, you got this. And it's like, I think by that time we had developed a friendship. Like for me, I felt like I would be holding you back if I'd have continued letting you do that. I feel like honestly you would have been I feel like if you never did music, you'd be a phenomenal executive, role manager, anything. You could do anything like that. But I just felt like, I was like, man, I would be holding this dude back. Because just seeing that video, watching you put that together, like it was like, nah, there's something here. So that was the main reason. And it's like, I was like, he's not doing a good job anyway right now. Like,
so that part made it easy for you.
That made the decision much easier. Now, had you been crushing it, it might would have been like, dang.
Yeah.
But you wasn't crushing it.
You were like, man, am I holding him back? Like, you're wrestling with all that, and then you're like, also, he double booked me for this.
Right, exactly.
Like,
bro,
probably just
bro, this man would have me on 3-leg flights. You like, dog, it's like, bro, why am I flying to Canada to go to Texas, bro? I had no clue.
Yeah. No, I remember booking you these flights last minute from my grandma's house. I remember this, bro. And then getting a call from, I don't know if it was you or Doc, but somebody was like very upset because I had booked like an impossible, like the itinerary didn't even make sense. It was like an impossible double booking.
Bro, you had us in some situations, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I cussed out, or almost cussed out. I cussed out in a Christian way at a festival because I was supposed to have like a drummer and a whole bunch of stuff. And it was just me. Like, it wasn't even no DJ, bro. I just pulled up on that mug, bro. I was like, gang.
Yeah. Tracks only.
I was like, well, here go the USB.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
I was 22.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But,
you know, and the thing too, it's hard as an artist because you're constantly developing too. So at that point, I was developing as well. So I don't even think I even knew what I needed out of a manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So having a 22-year-old person, you know, you did only what you knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it wasn't necessarily bad. And I will say this though, you crushed it on the Winter Jam tour.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when you was coming into your own. You know what I mean? You definitely crushed it on that. But it was like, nah, he needs to go be him.
Yeah.
And look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. That Winter Jam tour is I don't know, like I was gonna say legendary, but maybe infamous is a little bit better.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
That one was definitely like where I earned my stripes, but bro, that was a lot. That was a lot.
It was definitely a welcome to the industry moment for both of us, I believe.
It was.
I think we both was like, oh, okay. This what it's like behind the scenes. All right.
Yeah. Hey man, what was the worst part of that Winter Jam, bro?
The worst part was being there, sitting at the welcoming ceremony, and a guy saying, hey, Lecrae, I see you brought all your homies. We got basketball for y'all too. That was when
That's crazy.
You remember that?
He said that to you?
He said it in front of the whole. It was
he said it to Lecrae, but about
all of us. He said, "Yeah,
us.
Lecrae, you got all your homies here, and we got basketball for you too." He was like, "We got cornhole, we got this, we got basketball for all you and your homies." I was like, and the thing is, it was the nicest. Like he really meant that.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like him being disrespectful.
Yeah,
but that was the first time I was like, "Oh, wait a minute!" And then I look around, I'm like, "Dang, it's like 4.5 black people on this month."
Yes,
and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This what it is. Which it was a good tour. Like I you know, but that was the funniest part. And then just it was
a lot, bro. It was a lot. I remember I was running the merch table for you.
You doing the Snow Angel.
Yes.
In Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yes.
With your shirt off.
Yes.
In front of 10th Avenue North.
Yes.
Was also a very interesting
story.
All
right. So let's get into that story. So basically, this is a good story. I don't think this has actually ever been told like in this way. That was a great intro. But so I I'm young. I think I was 21 or 22 because I was trying to save money for an engagement ring for Chelsea.
Yep.
So I think 21 then. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're out here on Winter Jam. This is my first like tour bus tour, whatever. Okay. They tell me there's this thing called per diem, which is artists get money every day from their labels or from whoever, to pay for their food on top of what they're getting paid. Right. So I'm like, oh, okay. Word. And the artists, because they're making money off Winter Jam or whatever, they're not necessarily as worried about keeping their per diem. I can't imagine that at 21.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do everything for money. Like
facts.
I'm trying to do everything.
Everything legal.
Yeah. Or that I could get away with. Right. You know what I'm saying? and so pretty soon artists are like, dang, Dill's out here trying to like. It started off with a push-up contest, which is fine. Everybody respects a push-up contest. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Me versus Biz. Shout out Biz, engineer at Reach.
Oh, that's right.
Absolutely bodied Biz in push-ups. Destroyed Biz in push-ups, right?
Yes.
And it was just a contest. I'm like, bro, I'm about to like, no way. All right. Murder him in the push-up contest. Everybody on the bus is like
this, and this is slightly overweight deal. This is not the deal you
not
see today.
Slightly. This is overweight deal.
Yeah,
they've seen the picture. Well,
yeah.
Like I mean,
he was chunky for sure.
Yeah. Good fans have seen the pictures. You guys already
y'all know what it is.
We'll have So maybe we'll edit a little picture. But anyway, overweight, still bodied him though. Let's tell the truth. Bodied him.
You black,
right? And so. And so then artists are like, yo, let's put money down on this stuff, right? So I make I think like $100 or something for winning the push-up contest, right? So now I'm hooked because I'm like
FanDuel.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm like, all right, they don't care about their per diem. Like, let's get it popping. What can I do for some per diem? people are thinking of all types of diabolical, dastardly things.
It was, bro. It was awful. Bro.
For me to make per diem money, I'm saying yes to all of them, bro. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but probably one of the pinnacles was the Snow Angel.
That was crazy.
Now the whole story is everybody on the bus was gonna give me all of their per diem, which that was the first time that was gonna happen. And what I had to do was what was Michigan?
Grand Rapids, Michigan, the middle of a snowstorm. They almost canceled the show because the snow in Michigan was so bad.
Exactly.
So like this is just real snow.
But we're talking like $300 on the line, which might as well have been $30,000 to me at the time, right? So what I got to do is go to every tour bus. There's probably 8 or 9 tour buses.
It was a caravan.
It's nighttime. Sure. I go out in just my shorts. I got to knock on all the doors. Somebody opens the door of the tour bus, and I got to say, "Follow me to freedom." And on all of the buses,
"Follow me to freedom" is crazy.
Follow me to freedom. I'm shirtless.
Follow me to freedom is crazy.
And whoever follows. Oh, whoever follows. We go over to the snowbank, and I just got to do a 360 jump in that joint and start doing this. And I was yelling, "Make money, not what was it? Make money, not memories.
Make money, not memories.
Make money, not memories." In the snow, bro. $300, bro.
All right, so look, so to add perspective for everybody out there, this is not liberated Derek Minor. This is hood Derek Minor that is trying his best to fit into white Christianity.
Yeah.
And I'm out here really trying to put my best foot forward.
Right.
I'm the lowest man on the totem pole. Like literally my merch table was in the rafters.
Yeah.
Like I felt like my merch table was nowhere. No one cared anything about Derek Minor. I'm Lecrae's hype man or whatever. So I'm out here feeling like, oh yeah. So I'm literally out here feeling like, man, this dude is with all these white people. Like, I feel like Bernie Mac on the Kanye album.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to get you out here for all these people. This how you gonna do it. I literally felt like that, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm using and I don't mean that in a nice way. I don't mean that in a nice way. That's literally how I felt it, bro. Like, I'm like, dog, I don't mean it, bro. There's no way, bro. Like, he is doing this, bro. I'm the opener for the openers, bro. Yeah. Like, it's like
lights up, terrible situation.
Bad, bro.
Yeah.
So, but hey, it all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
So
hey, I got the ring. You know what I'm saying? I cleaned everybody out. I did what I had to do.
Hey, you racked up some money though, bro.
Yeah.
That was one challenge. It was multiple challenges. Tour. Like I think they had you drink like a concoction of like mustard.
That was
onions.
Crazy. That one was real bad.
It's like
but
mustard.
I did it, bro. I didn't say no to anything. Actually, the tour itself, like New Song and the tour, made me stop because somebody had said if you ride this longboard down like the ramp of the stage, and I can't skate or anything, but it was like that, and I was like, and that one was like it was like 500 or something, like because I had to do it through like through catering or whatever. I was like, it's up, bro. $500, bro.
At 21, bro.
$500. I'm like, we up, bro. And so I'm like on top of the ramp, like on the thing, and one of the New Song guys came, was like, nah, we can't do this.
This not happening. Yeah.
Like, whatever, but
shout out Eddie Carswell, man. Hey, look, if you need an opener for the opener, bro.
Right back. Hey,
all right, look, we right back.
I was gonna say. So, yeah, your merch situation was like, location wise was not ideal, but we made it like. I think we went out one time. You know, you come back on the like during the week from Winter Jam, bro. I don't know if you remember, but we plotted and we figured like we were like, all right, we're gonna get this right. Yeah. And you had a new banner printed that joint was like
ridiculous.
It was huge, and it was your whole face, right?
Mm-hmm.
We said, okay, we're gonna have a JBL playing your music on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like we had all this different stuff. Like you come around the concourse. You could be around the corner and hearing the music.
Facts.
Like we were going crazy, bro. I was talking to people.
Yep.
I was like, yo, did you like that set? Like we were going crazy, bro.
Bro, you put 2 hustlers in a carnival. That's what you did. You took 2, cause bro, I was broke too. Like I was just acting, bro. I was broke, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and this is on the back end. Like, I think during the middle of this tour was when I got my deal with Reese was up, and that ended horribly.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, bro, I was in like, I gotta go get it mode. So we was like, bro, we turned the merch, our situation, into a party.
Yeah.
Like it was like, it turned into like a situation, bro. So I probably made way more money than they anticipated.
Yeah,
that I was gonna make,
I know you
for
did,
sure.
because I was taking your money to the bank, and I was like, I mean, especially for me, I was like, bro, I can't believe how much money I'm counting. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But it was off of the merch, and it was off of like, just hustling, bro.
Man,
like,
we hustle, but it's like when you're back against the wall and you got ingenuity, creativity, like you're gonna figure it out. So nah, it was that was legendary, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. People, because of all the things that we've already talked about, people were very confused at Winter Jam, and even with Lecrae, a lot of them, even though he was a headliner, they didn't know who he was necessarily.
Oh, they thought I was a crazy.
This is what I'm saying. until Winter Jam, right? So people would come around the concourse afterwards, and it's the banner this big of you, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You're bald.
For sure. I don't look nothing like Lecrae.
You don't look like Lecrae.
In no shape, form, or fashion.
It says Derek Minor on it in letters in English. They would come up and they say, is this the Lecrae table? Sometimes they say, is this the Lil Chris table? Because they didn't know Lecrae's name.
Lil Chris is
and in the arena they were hearing Lil Chris. For years I had Lecrae saved as Lil Chris in my phone because of that Winter Jam. Because people, is this Lil Chris? Is this Lil Chris's table? Right. First few weeks,
Chris is crazy, y'all.
First few weeks, I was like,
shout out to white people. I love y'all.
First few weeks, I was like, no, Lecrae is down there. Starts in a little later. No, is this Lil Chris's table? No, Lil Chris is around the corner. Bro, by that 4th or 5th week, is this Lil Chris's table? Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Holla at Lil Chris.
It is. We got CDs. We got shirts that say Derek Minor on them.
Hey,
support Lil Chris.
Thank you, Lil Chris, bro. Hey, look, Lil Chris, you helped put a studio in the crib. Hey, Lil Chris, you helped launch RMG.
Hey,
because we was
Indie Tribe.
Hey,
and Indie Tribe.
Shout out Lil Chris.
Shout out Lil
we
Chris,
appreciate
bro.
you, Lil Chris.
It's up. Like 4th or 5th week, I was just like, it's his table.
It's Lil Chris' table, bro. For real.
Bro. Like, nah,
hustler.
Yeah, man. One of the things that I appreciate about you the most is your authenticity. You were also talking about this off the camera, but you said when you're yourself, everywhere you go, you don't have to worry about like whatever situation you are in, and that's something that I really admire about you.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, has it been tough being committed to being authentically yourself in the Christian hip hop space?
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
like I think what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to just business in general, even Christian business, is that people don't realize they're a part of a funnel.
Yeah.
You're a part of a marketing funnel. So, but art has never been about a funnel for me. It's always been about authenticity.
Yeah.
You're right. So I could make all of I made the Christian anthems. Yeah. Like I made them and I was miserable.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it wasn't even that and I think some people, when it comes to me, they get confused to think that I don't love God or that I'm not serious about God. I'm extremely serious about God.
Say
like
that.
I love God.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as a creative, it is draining for me. Mm-hmm. I'm more creative than businessman.
Right.
So it's draining to feel restricted to one topic or 3 topics.
Right.
Or one topic 30 ways. Like it's extremely frustrating.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, if I'm gonna have longevity to be able to do this, I have to be able to. Music has to be an extension of me.
Right.
You know, it has to feel like an extension. And for a season, it stopped feeling like an extension. It started feeling like another hustle.
Yeah, like you're a salesman.
Yeah. So I started feeling like a car salesman.
Right.
And it's like, hey, come get these Christian anthems.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, come kill some demons with me. Like, bro, like nah, gang, like this is an extension of my life, my art. It's always been that way. And it's like, I just came to I guess honestly, the best thing that could have happened to me, and this is no shade or no diss, but the best thing that could have happened was my breakup with Reach and the way it happened. Because it allowed me, it took, like I didn't have nothing when I left. So it was like, all right, I'm building over. I'm building from scratch again. And it was like, all right, well, good money. Let's do it. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to just build this the exact way how it's in my heart.
Right.
And yeah, but sometimes I look at certain people, certain moves and feel like, dang, man, everybody's always envious. We look and we say, they're doing it better than me, or I wish I could eat off their plate. I wish I had what they had. But it's like, then I have to, the way that you fight envy is you actually count the cost.
Yes.
When you count the cost, that's the best way to fight envy. Do you really want to be Kanye's level?
Right.
Because you have to count the cost of everything that he did and all of the things that he's doing now. Do you really, you have to count the cost. So as I start counting the cost, I'm like, it's too expensive.
Yes. To
be a shell of myself, or to feel like I'm stuck in as a used car salesman doing with my art. Nah, I can't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's extremely hard, but what's rewarding is the actual base that I have, because my base is like committed. Yeah. Because they're not the only, like, I got all the weirdos. I got all the people that's on the outskirts that's on the edges and the margins of Christian music. They're not the mainstream of Christian. So it's like, when they get a project from me, they like, it's breath of fresh air, because it's like funnel, same thing over and over again. Same song. Oh man, Derek just dropped and he mixed alternative music with country music with 808s. And he's rapping about, people selling crack. Like, it's yes. Let's hear what he has to say, or he's doing a song about, a political topic that's out that nobody will touch, but Derek will touch it because he doesn't care. Right. And I think that's the freedom, is that since nobody put food on my plate, nobody can take it off. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, nah, I went out, I did all the hunting, I killed it, I cooked it, I made it myself. Like, nobody can stop that.
And then your fans are attached to you. Yes. Because right now I feel like we're in an era where songs have careers.
For sure.
And you might mistake it as this person has a career or has a fan base. And it's like, no, that song, that formula has a fan base and has a career, but they're not attached to you as an artist. They're not going on a journey with you as a creative. And I think, like, your fan base is, they're not just here for a song or a single, but they're here for the evolution in different periods of your art.
Yes.
That is how art is typically consumed. If you think about, like, somebody like Picasso, like, he has like periods, like his blue period, his different periods. And it's like, you're not here for one painting, or Andy Warhol or Michael Jackson.
For sure.
That's perfect. Like, the king of pop. Yeah, it's pop music, but it's like, you're here for Jackson 5 all the way through Butterflies.
That's longevity. Jay-Z, Kanye, Donald Glover, Tyler the Creator. Like, we watch them evolve and we say, I don't care where you're going, because I know that it's going to be dope. Yeah. And I think that should be what you should aspire to. That's why I kind of hate the current, which I feel like this is kind of phasing. I feel like COVID created a small bubble to where their song would have this career online, and they think that they arrived. Right. And it's like, no, a career is having multiple moments. Right. Where that happens. And then once you see multiple moments where that happens, now you kind of know, okay, I know what my fan base wants. I know how to touch them. I know how to reach them where they at. So now I can create content that consistently keeps them engaged. Yeah. It's not the one post going viral that gives you a career.
Yeah. Even though that's what we end up envying.
Bro. Exactly. And it's like, dog, this guy, we won't even remember him next year if he doesn't have a strategy or if he doesn't have a real connection with his base. Right. And that's the unfortunate thing, because we used to say, like, you got 15 minutes of fame, bro. You don't even got 15 minutes no more. You got 15 seconds of fame, bro. Like, literally 15 seconds of fame. Yeah. And it's a cold game. But also at the same time, my Discord has people from all over the world in it. Like literally a lady from Japan is in there.
Oh, wow.
Like it's people from all over the world. So if you, when could I have been able to do that?
Right.
Like there's no time in history.
The potential's crazy right now.
Crazy.
But sometimes we settle for the formula or settle for the envy, and now I'm sacrificing my artistic integrity and the people that I would reach and the people that actually need my art. Like I'm sacrificing that because I really want a reel to pop off.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna speak to the camera.
Yeah.
Artists out there right now, I'm gonna let you know this right now. Artists, creatives or whatever. By the time someone is doing content on it and selling a course on it, you're too late. You're too late. Like you're too late. That wave has gone. That person is now monetizing you. You're a part of their funnel.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like that person is now monetizing you. You're a part of that funnel. That part, not you. It's maybe over, or you're at the very tail end of it. So it's like you have to be forward thinking, and the only way to be forward thinking is to have an intimate relationship with your fans. I literally called a fan yesterday in my Discord and said, "What do you want from me?" Mm-hmm. Like you have to have that level, and why wouldn't you want to have that?
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't you want to? It's a relationship. Like we get to serve our base in that way, and it's like, don't be a part of somebody's marketing funnel.
Yeah,
you know, you done spent $50 on this course. You done did all this stuff, and you putting 3 posts a day up. You burnt yourself out, and you got 3 extra followers. It didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, bro, nah. Be authentic. And also what works for Dill, what works for Derek, what works for Lecrae, what works for anybody is not always going to work for you.
That's right.
So you have to actually do the work to be in tune with your audience or the audience you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
You know,
the times that I have gone outside of what I actually want to put out into the world or what I actually enjoy, and I have chased, you know, I saw somebody else do something that popped off, and I'm like, man, I want some of that. So I did that. My fan base didn't respond. It worked for them.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for me because, and maybe our fan bases even overlap. And so the thinking is, oh, well, we have a lot of the same fans, so they'll respond the same way.
Nope.
And it's like, no, because they come to you for something different.
Yes. And that's confidence. You have to be confident enough to know that you are enough.
Yeah.
That if something's not working, it's not because you're not good enough or whatever. It may be you just need to zero in and have a more intimate relationship with business and strategy. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, most artists give up because they look around so much that they don't look internally enough and say, man, God made me enough. Like, so now I just have to figure out how to get that to the people better.
Right.
You know, but that takes a level of humility.
Yeah.
You know, because ego tells you,
yeah,
man, they just don't want to hear real rap. No, you just not good at marketing.
Yeah.
Ego tells you like, man, all they care about is this person. They don't care about me. Nah, people have capacity for tons of things they care about. Is maybe you've look at your art as a thing that's about you, as opposed to it's about us.
Right.
Because when you start looking at your art as it's a thing that me and my fans share, then there's the power.
Yeah.
Like my art, it's our art. These are our songs. I'm telling your story. So now I'm able to think outside the box, be like, all right, what we doing next? You know? But if you like, no, this is about me all the time, like you're gonna lose out and you're gonna be stuck. You know, the best artist, Kanye, I always reference him because I feel like he's a prototype as far as like today's current market.
Yeah.
But his fans are ravenous. Yeah. Because these are this is our story. College Dropout was our story. Another person that is extremely slept on when we talk about the greats, Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro,
he's starting to get his flowers.
Well, why don't we give him? He's supposed to have flowers like Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah.
Cole, J. Cole, bro. Like the Ville, I ain't care nothing about the Ville.
Right.
He put a thing on the map that wasn't even nobody cared about no Fayetteville, North Carolina. But he told their story. This is our story. I'm repping for the Ville. Yeah. You know
and
what I mean?
I think something about Cole is because he did that, I felt connected to him, even though I'm not connected to Fayetteville, but I'm somebody who's not connected to one of the sexy metropolitan areas of the United States. Yeah. So when I see this person with incredible skill, like incredible lyricism, and then he's repping where he's actually from.
For sure.
Even though he could have claimed New York.
For sure.
He could have claimed whatever. A lot of these rappers
he could have claimed Charlotte.
He could have, I
mean, if he wanted to,
that's true.
That's
true.
I don't know nothing about Fayetteville. I'm gonna just say I'm from Charlotte.
But because he did that connected with me. Like, man, maybe like somebody is representing for us, and maybe I could do that too. Like, because representation matters in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think that fans want to connect with artists authentically, because I think that art is, I mean, like most things that God made, I think it's supposed to be experienced in community.
Right.
And it's not supposed to be something where you're just using it to gain money or fame or anything else from somebody, but something that's meant to be shared.
For sure. And that doesn't work. Like it doesn't work where you become the center of attention because people made you the center of attention.
Yeah.
Not because you grabbed all this attention. It's because the people looked and said, we really, really rock with what he's doing. Hey, let me tell all my friends about him.
Yeah.
It's not like I just jumped in the middle of the situation and flexed my way to it. Most of the time, you have to, in order to make it that way, you have to be extremely special.
Yeah.
And manipulative too.
Yeah.
Very special and manipulative.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this concept that my pastor talked about, which is the difference between art and content and distraction.
Sheesh.
And there's one more. Do you remember the last one?
Art,
content,
distraction,
and there was
crazy.
An addiction.
Oh,
so it's a chain.
Goodness.
It's a chain. So art is what we started with. And art is about sharing a connection. It's also about, you're so connected to people that you might challenge them. The art might make them angry, or might make them have a negative reaction. But it's all, regardless, it's all about human connection.
Yeah. I'm
challenging you to get to a new place, or I'm trying to shed light on an injustice, or I'm trying to connect with who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once commerce and capitalism and everything gets involved, then the image he showed us was like these fishes, and it was like was art, and then it was content, eating art. And so now it's like, well, instead of it being art that isn't really concerned with how big it gets, but it's more concerned about how it connects with the people. That's what it's thinking about. Content is how big can entertainment, not content, entertainment. Okay, right. Entertainment. Yeah. Entertainment. It loses that challenging aspect. It loses that connection.
Yeah.
And it becomes, let's only give them things that will make them laugh or make them happy and won't challenge them, won't promote growth, won't promote community. It just promotes them watching this, not them watching this or hearing this and then it affecting life outside of it. It's just about this experience. And then what was it after entertainment? It was distraction. So now in the attention economy of like social media and stuff, it's like, actually, we don't even care if they're happy or if they're happy during this experience at all. We just need them to stay on this screen because that's how we make money. So it's just like, it could be enraging. It could be echo chamber. It can be cat videos. We actually don't care about the content anymore, just as long as your face is looking at that, because that's how we make the money. And then the final thing being addiction, where you're addicted to it. And it's like, it started out as this beautiful thing, which is taking the raw materials of God's creation and making new beautiful things that connect with people and help communities grow and thrive and think about things different and correct themselves sometimes and all these things. And now it's just ended in doom scrolling.
And I think that, like, when I hear what you're talking about, the first thing that I thought was like, I think people in Christianity and the church feel like the church is immune to that concept.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's like the church starts off, it's a local community of people that are gathered around their love for Christ, right, and all that, right? Wow.
I see,
you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, oh, shoot, we got to put a band in here real quick.
Yeah.
All right, we got to put the lights in here, right? And then it's like, all right, that elevates it. And it's like, okay, well, I got to come because I know this worship singer is going to be here, and that's that, and it's going to be dope. And the pastor's going to do, instead of his sermon taking an hour, like he's going to make it 30 minutes, it's going to be packed up. He's going to hit them points perfect. Boom, that's that entertainment, right? And then we get to the next step, it's distraction, right? So it's like, man, you know what? I'm just coming here because it's a social club now.
Yeah.
Right? And then the next thing
something
is
else to get away from what I'm actually dealing with.
And the next thing is it's addiction. Yeah. It's like I'm here out of just like this I need the dopamine hit of the religious, because the world is so dark. I need this dopamine hit of religious piety to make me feel like I'm better than the world. Or to make me feel like I'm better. You know what I'm saying? And then now you look and the witness begins to feel weird now.
There you go.
Because it's only cool within the bubble, within the social club, and the people that are entertained and addicted to this ideology. So now everybody in the world is like, man, they don't realize they look a little more immoral than us. Yeah. Right? And I'm not saying that's every church. I'm just saying like it could be that. We feel like we're immune to that concept. We're not immune to being inauthentic. Christians are not immune to being inauthentic. Yeah. Like we can be inauthentic. Yeah. They call it hypocrites, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I think that we're actually we're not immune to being hypocrites, and I think maybe in the art space we are like even worse at it than the world.
Oh yeah, let me ask you a question. When the last time you killed a demon? Nah, dead serious. When the last time you killed a demon?
Yeah, I don't recollect.
How many demon bars you done heard about demons getting smacked?
I got demon bars.
I do too. We all do. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not saying it as I'm standing above people like, you can't go through my catalog and find one. Right. But now if a rapper was to say he shot a op and he did this and that and the third, and he never did it, what would we say about that rapper?
Yeah.
He phony. He fake. He trash. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of times Christian art don't connect outside of the bubble.
Right. How is that going to connect with somebody?
Only reason why people are saying it is because it's cool within this space. Yeah. But I'm like, bro, I've never been in a conversation and Muzz was like, bro, how many demons you killed today? Right. You saw how you laugh when I say that? Because it's so absurd. Yeah. But it's like a common thread in our art. And it's like, I've called that out, not because I want to pick on anybody, but I'm like, there's greater ground for us to cover. We have higher ground. And I think we have to be confident that our story is enough. Going back to the J. Cole thing, that took a level of confidence that was crazy.
Facts.
For him to, during the time, because you got to think when he was coming up, we got Drake from Toronto. Yeah. We got Kendrick from LA. Yeah. This man's talking about from Fayetteville. Yeah. North Carolina. What are we talking about, bro? Yeah. Same thing with the Christian lifestyle. Like your lifestyle is good enough. Yeah. Like you don't have to embellish anything. Like you just being honest about where you at and being real is good enough. And I think that, but when you get in this economy that's like, I have to force Jesus or spirituality on everything, it creates an inauthentic piece of art, because the fact of the matter is when I'm eating a burger, I'm not thinking of Jesus. Yeah. At all. Yeah. Now you may be more spiritual than me. Yeah. I'm not. I'm thinking about how great this burger is. Right. Now afterwards I might be like, man, thank God for the taste buds, right? Yeah. But it's like, I feel like Christian art, in order for us to forget trying to go mainstream, I don't care about that. Like, in order for us to connect with the people that the message really matters to, we have to be authentic. It's important for us to be extremely authentic. And that's what I want to see for the next generation of Christian rappers and Christian artists, because y'all are dope. This is one of the first times that I've done like the space, as long as I've been in the space, that I've been like, legitimately, most Christian rappers that have some sort of a platform are really good at what they do. Like, it's not like some imposters that you just like, nah, he not really good. They just buying it just cuz.
Wow.
It's like, it's not the quality anymore. So it's like, we've passed that now.
Yeah.
The next thing we got to pass is we got to own our story now.
Yes. Wow.
We got to own that mug, bro. Yeah. We got to own the story. And I think, there's times when I was like, I'm not a Christian rapper. I'm not a this or that. And it was like, in my mind, I felt this desire that I got to leave because I was like, well, the space is all about this other stuff that I don't really relate with. But now my perspective is like, nah, I have to own my story. Like, and I have to own my story, and I have to inspire my brothers to own their story because, man, we have powerful stories. In my opinion, this is my personal opinion, that a Christian rapper that has built a career off of making Christian art is one of the most talented people on the planet as far as music is concerned. Because you don't have, one, you're under-resourced.
Say that.
You don't have you're not doing it with money. You're doing it off of pretty much a little money here and there. They give, even if you got a deal, they don't give you 50 racks or something. That's nothing in a music game. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 racks, you can burn through that in a day. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
and that's a very rare group of people that get 50 racks.
Very rare, right? So you're doing it with no money.
Yeah.
And as far as the lingo that you have, you're very limited in what you say.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, you can't just go off the top of your head and be like, F this, F that. Yeah. So if your lyrics are dope, and you're only working with a limited vocabulary,
right? Like
that means you're a better artist, very less than most other people.
Say that, bro.
Right? And then when you think about the marketing, bro, when you look at the stuff that goes viral on the internet, it's like when you talk about music, Christian artists are constantly going viral.
Yeah.
And it's because they like, I don't have no other outlets. I can't just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just go and get a publicist and they gonna put me on all these platforms that's already built up to get me exposure. Dudes is grabbing it out the mud. So I'm like, dog, if you that cold, like Miles Minute, bro, to be honest, in my personal opinion, people should write marketing books on what he does.
Yeah.
Like, he is an expert marketer.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, dog, if that's the case, why are we ashamed of our story and feel like we got to embellish it any more than us being extremely dope?
Yeah.
Nah, we shouldn't, bro. Like, be confident in your story. If you don't listen to nothing the OG told you, I want you to be confident in who you are because you dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, I think going back to the connection thing, it's like, I think a lot of us believe like, oh, people don't want to listen to what we have to say because it's not all of this madness that's in the world. And it's like, again, what people want is connection. They want J. Cole to rep Fayetteville. Even Drake. I mean, now we think of Toronto, but bro, at the beginning, nobody thought of Toronto as a hip. That was actually, the beginning of Drake's career. He was on the same thing J. Cole was like, and that's actually how he built his base. Like, now people think of him as like, oh, the hit maker, whatever. He's on a victory lap right now.
Real talk.
He built it off of wild authenticity.
Right, because the only person that was popping out there was Cardinal Official, I think.
Yeah, which is completely different.
Totally different.
Type of, it's before the weekend, it's before everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he was vulnerable, he was singing, he was talking about relationships. That was at that time,
crazy. 50 Cent was popping back then.
Like now we think of it as Drake, but it's like, bro, he actually built this whole thing off of people saying he was soft, people saying, where's Toronto? Like, all this stuff. Like, at one point he was even kind of like, it took him a couple years to really rep Toronto like that.
Because he was like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but all that to say that people want that connection. So where I see an advantage for Christian hip hop artists is, like you said, we've already not been talking about a lot of the flashy, like, mainstream hip hop stuff, whatever, jewels, cars, girls, drugs, right? We've already not been doing that. And so we've had to fill our lyrics with either youth group Jesus Trap,
right,
or telling our real stories.
Facts.
That's why I think Christian hip hop has been going viral on Reels on TikTok, is because it's filled with people's stories.
Facts.
Like, and it's not even like an age thing or a generation thing, Bizzle is going viral.
Crazy.
Again.
Absolutely.
Because Bizzle's going to just tell you a story.
He's okay with being a villain in somebody else's story.
Yeah.
Because
that's the art challenging.
That's what it is.
That's
exactly.
art. He's not making entertainment per se. He's making art because that's actually him.
100%.
That's 100%.
Like, if I did that, y'all be like, bro, what?
Right. Exactly. Nah. And the stuff for me that has popped off has been very autobiographical, very like where I'm actually putting my heart into it. Anytime I try to stray and be like, yo, this dude kind of popped off of, just, it's not very lyrical. It's not very story based. People are like, oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then when I give them my story again, that's what they want from me,
Same. Just, and side note, bro, like when I was at the Analog and you performed Suicide Nets, bro, literally my eyes almost like Lil Thug tear came out, bro.
Thug tear?
For real, Lil Thug tear came out for real. Cause I was like one, to watch, it's not just the song. First off, the song's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Knowing where you was at when you made that song, dope. Different backstory. I got backstory. A lot of people didn't.
Right.
But then watching the actual impact from you telling a story that's extremely personal to you and seeing people like worshiping.
Wow.
Like in that season, like seeing the life that that song had breathed into people for so many years. Like that's why we do it. That's the reason we do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and seeing that, it felt like this is a arrival. It felt like an arrival for me. You know what I'm saying? You've already been here, but it's like, for me, I was like, that's what's going to carry you for 10 more years. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to carry you. And you do a great job at that. I feel like all of the Indie Tribe guys do a really good job at that. And I feel like that's why you guys have what you have now. You know? So.
One of our guiding principles is, like with our art, is how to make art and display art of what life with God looks like. So we're not trying to make Christian music. We're not trying to make Jesus music that you can work out to, or if that happens for you, that's amazing. Not saying that's, but what we're doing is, what does the whole of life look like as whoever we are, as a Black man walking with Jesus, you know what I mean? Walking with God, as, a Puerto Rican man from New York who transplanted to Atlanta. Like, what does that look like? What does that look like in anger, in betrayal, in joy and happiness? What's that look like when you have a son? What's that look like, you know what I mean, when you lose a relationship? What's that look like when you want to run away? What does the whole of life look like when you are walking with God? And so if it fits in that, we're putting it out. And we have different convictions on what we are willing to say in music. But that's what we hold each other accountable to. Is this an authentic representation of what life with God looks like? Yes. Okay. Well, I might have a different opinion on word choice here or there, but if you can say that, then let's do it, because there are people who need to hear it that way that I can't reach. There's people that John can reach that I can't reach. There's people that
Facts.
There's people that Mowgli for sure. There's people that Mowgli reaches that I can't reach.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
And so I think that's also a good guiding principle. Is like, we think we're limited, and we're not actually limited in what we can talk about. We're limited in the language we're willing to use, but we're not limited into, we should talk about literally everything, because if we don't, then people who need to hear about literally everything are going to get their messages from somebody else.
That's a bar. And it's like, going back to what we talked about the entertainment and all that stuff, it's like, we have to be careful not to fall victim to a politician's funnel, like being like, oh man, this is like being a Christian is these tenets. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, there should be, bro, there's debate even in the Bible where the apostles debated each other. You know what I mean?
Sharp
like
debate, and then they just went their separate ways.
It's with their separate ways. Like, all right, it is what it is. Like this where it is. Why, like, bro. So I feel like we have to be okay with saying, like, I can't. I think one thing that Christians struggle with that I've seen in some immature spaces is like we want uniformity instead of unity. You know, uniformity is we all dress the same, we all do this, we all do that. Yeah. Unity is like, well, nah, I ain't really with what I don't know if I would do it that way, but I rock with you because it's the mission of Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to describe. It's like, bro, I am united with you. I'm locked in with you. Yeah. I don't know about that train of thought. I don't know about that action. But I'm locked in with you. I'm not gonna look like you. I'm not gonna have the same approach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, they're giving us the wrap it up sign. But people who have been watching this from the beginning know that just means that I'm about to start my next segment. So all right, we about to enter the control room. We almost done. We're entering the control room. I'm officially, for those of you who've been watching, I'm officially naming it control room. It's no longer hot seat. Control room. So
oh my God.
I'm going to ask you rapid fire questions.
All right.
And you have to answer first thing on the top of your head. You calling somebody?
I think I am.
Pocket dial?
I definitely just pocket dial Doc Watson.
No phone a friend. No phone a friend on control seat. All right. So, first thing on your head, all right? Okay, what's the most hilarious or bizarre thing you've ever witnessed while working on a project?
While working on a project? Mm-hmm. The most bizarre thing was when I was working on Minorville, I was working out of a storage unit. And me and Joseph Prolazny were in that storage unit. And they were like, yo, you can build your studio on here. You cool. Just cut it off after like 10 o'clock, right? Yeah. So it's 8 o'clock. We working on, matter of fact, we was working on Hot Air Balloon. And I'll never forget this. And a lady walks out and she didn't know Joseph was in the room. So I was like, hello? She was the manager of the spot. She had just got hired, like maybe like a week. Yeah. And she was like, yo, you're not supposed to be banging your music this loud. I was like,
banging your music is crazy.
I was like, yeah, it's wild. So I'm like, well, he said I got till 10. The old manager, she's like, I don't care who the old manager is. It's me now. And if you got a problem with it, I'll go get my gun and shoot you. Like Joseph had this mug. I was like, you went from 0 to 1,000. Yeah. Like, ma'am. Yeah. Bro, that was the most bizarre thing. I can't.
That is
like,
bizarre.
That's bizarre. It was just like, because I never seen a woman go from like 0 to 1,000. So then the next day, I went to be like, I'm out of here. Yeah. And she wanted to be my friend. Like, it was just like it was like, she's like, oh, how are you doing? Yo, last night was crazy, right?
You said you were going to shoot me. Yeah, it was very crazy. It was absolutely nuts.
Like ma'am, you wanted to kill me last night. You think, I'm like, bro, I was like, you know what? I'm out of here, bro. That's when I knew the album was going to be great. Yeah. Man. All right. What's the most bizarre food combination you enjoy, but others might find weird? I know you're a foodie on the low. The most bizarre food combination. That's a rough one because I don't think I have anything that's weird because everything feels normal to me. Yeah. I really can't think of one right
nothing.
Now.
No pickles and peanut butter. No, like.
No, not at all. The thing is,
you just like good food.
I'll try anything pretty much once. Yeah. So it's like I've had so much different stuff. Yeah. That's like I can't really think. Oh, you know what? Nah, I take it back. No, I got one. All right, here we go. So growing up, my granddad used to make salmon croquettes. Okay. You know what salmon croquette is, right? So it's like canned salmon. You cut up some onions and then you fry it. Okay. You fry it. So I didn't know this was weird until I invited my friend over to the house when we was in high school. But he always put maple syrup on it. So canned salmon fried with onions. Canned salmon fried into a patty like a croquette, and then you batter it in flour and you fry it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then my mom would make the potatoes with the onions in it. So like a hash almost. Okay. And then we just would drizzle it all with syrup. And
that is an extremely weird combination. Yeah. And I would try it. I would try it. I would definitely try it. It's fire. If my mom is here now, if I tell her to make salmon croquettes this week, I kind of want to try.
Pull up and try, bro.
I kind of want to try.
It's different.
All right,
I don't do that anymore. It's hot sauce now, but
I would try it. All right, we got to go through these next ones really fast.
All right,
all right. So, what is your favorite No Big Deal lyric? Quick, bro. Quick. Fast.
It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. You put me on the spot.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. Dang, bro. After all this time, man,
I love you.
15 years.
I love you, bro. We listened to the Indie Tribe album.
Yeah.
But bro, it's a wrap, bro. My brain is fried, bro.
Right,
so
maybe one day, man.
But
all right. And why do you have a specific problem with John Keith?
I don't have a problem with John Keith.
Everybody's got a problem with John Keith. What is your specific problem with John Keith?
I don't have a problem with John Keith.
Wow, we found one. That's crazy.
What?
We found one.
Why does everybody hate John Keith?
All right, y'all. It's been Creative Control. It's your boy No Big Deal. Thank y'all very much, man.